I'm really excited for Demon Slayer and what else is there? I've been doing YouTube for over 10 years now, and specifically talking about anime games for almost 4 years. And not once during this entire time did I look at the future and see nothing. Where are all the anime games? There are definitely a lot of games coming out. The gaming industry hasn't stopped, and I want to play a lot of them. There's Nier, there's Resident Evil, there's Ratchet & Clank, Kena, and of course Guilty Gear Strive, which will have content on the channel. A lot of these games have anime aesthetics, but when it comes to a big anime IP, a game inspired in an existing franchise, within the last few years we got a lot. In 2018 alone, we got Dragon Ball FighterZ, Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet, 7 Deadly Sins, Attack on Titan 2, Naruto Shinobi Striker, My Hero 1's Justice, Black Clover Quartet Knights, and Jump Force. Now, I'm not saying every one of these games was good. There are definitely some stains on this list, but that's 8 games in a single year, and I'm probably forgetting some of them. 2019 was definitely a bit slower. From what I can remember, we got One Piece World Seeker and Kill la Kill If. Oh, and whatever that Tokyo Ghoul game was. So 2021 could be more of a 2019 case, you know, the downslope on anime games. So in 2022, we rise again. Thing is, even back then, we already had a ton of games announced for 2020 that we could look forward to. And 2020 was a really strong year as well. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, One Punch Man, One Piece Pirate Warriors 4, another Sword Art Online game, the first Fairy Tail console game, and Captain Tsubasa out of nowhere. And you could also argue Grand Blue Fantasy Versus and Genshin Impact, though those don't really come from popular anime. So what's coming out in 2021? Demon Slayer. And it hasn't even been announced for the West. Is there anything to look forward to in 2022? Nothing so far. It felt like this side of the industry was just brimming with life. So what the hell is happening? Dragon Ball feels like it's on a 2-year cycle. 2016, Xenoverse 2. 2018, Dragon Ball FighterZ. 2020, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. And I guess there was also a Dragon Ball Heroes in 2019 and also the mobile games, but let's just focus on the big boy consoles for now. So 2022 would be the year where they release the next big Dragon Ball game if they stick to this schedule. Thing is, at this point, something was usually already announced. We already had something to look forward to. Now, both Xenoverse and Kakarot are still getting DLC. It's not like these games are done, and Kakarot specifically, it's getting ready to launch their biggest DLC yet. Games have changed, not just Dragon Ball games, games in general. It used to be that to keep these anime licenses, the publishers had to release a game every year. I don't know if that's something that changed recently, but if it did, it wouldn't make a lot of sense because DLC has become a much bigger deal than before. That said, Xenoverse 2 DLC has gotta be on their last legs. And Kakarot is about to wrap up their season pass. And also FighterZ, it seems like they're done releasing characters, so it feels like all Dragon Ball games are coming to a close, which means at this point, we should probably have something to look forward to. I think we're not due for a new Dragon Ball game for another year or so, but we're definitely due for a new Dragon Ball announcement. Maybe it will happen around the E3 and that would be within expectations, so they're not super late on that. Shinobi Striker is almost 3 years old. And even though Naruto is over, Boruto seems to have a decent following. It's honestly kinda crazy that nothing has been announced yet. Shinobi Striker just wrapped up their season 3 of DLC, and there are plenty of signs that a season 4 will happen, but nothing has been announced so far. Still, 3 years with no new games, it's kind of a big deal for Naruto, or Boruto even. This one I just cannot comprehend. There's clearly a following, there's a hungry Naruto community that just wants to consume more games, so much so that in addition to Shinobi Striker, there's still an active community keeping Storm tournaments alive. There's an active community of modding and balancing Clash of Ninja games, keeping that alive as well. And I guarantee you that all of these players would come together to play the new Naruto game. And if it was good, all of these players would probably stick with it. It's not even a risk. There's an audience out there. It's been proved. It's just leaving money on the table. I don't get it. One Piece is fine. Pirate Warriors came out a year ago. Something will come out in the next couple of years. My Hero is similar to One Piece. One's Justice 2 came out but a year ago, so they're not due for another announcement yet. In fact, there's one more DLC character coming out later this year, which will close out the first season pass. Now after that, they can still announce a second season pass if they think the game is worth it. For as much as I would like to see them do something else with My Hero, I think One's Justice is a solid arena fighter. I just wish a more experienced team was handling it in terms of fighting game balance, but hey, can't have it all, I guess. With My Hero, the biggest thing is the uncertainty of what's gonna happen next. Are they gonna move on to a new concept? Are they gonna put out One Justice 3? Are they just gonna stick with One Justice 2 and release another season pass? Something will happen for sure, but they're still on schedule. I wasn't expecting anything new at this point. Koei Tecmo is asleep at the wheel. How can you hold one of the hottest anime licenses right now and do absolutely nothing with it? Occasionally they throw some tweets reminding people that they put out a game 4 years ago. In case you're watching the final season in 2021, guys, don't forget, we released the game in 2018 because you didn't have the insight to plan ahead of time to release something new with the final season. Now, the first part of the final season just ended. Yes, that is a sentence. The first part of the final season. The next one, the second part, which is the last part of the final season, the final season for real, is coming out this winter, which could be December or January next year. Either way, that's not a lot of time to develop a brand new game. If there is a new Attack on Titan game, they've already been developing it. And if they want to release it with the end of the anime, they gotta start promoting it soon. And the fact that they haven't started promoting it already makes me think they don't really have anything. I'm starting to think that they are now reacting to the final season hype and they're maybe working on some DLC for Attack on Titan 2. You know, just to try and put out something alongside the final season. But to me, the problem is that the show has far evolved beyond what the scope of their game was. Attack on Titan right now is so far beyond maneuvering with 3D gear and slashing up titans that putting out some DLC or just another one of those games could really be a disservice to what Attack on Titan has become. And it's somewhat reductive. The show is just a lot more than that. And that is a scary position to be in. It's scary to hold that license and now be like, crap, this is a lot more than what we were expecting. It's not an easy problem for them to solve. Nevertheless, Koei, you're sitting on one of the hottest anime licenses right now, and you're doing absolutely nothing with it. Snap out of it! Wasn't there a new anime coming out? Now I believe it's been pushed back to 2022. Development doesn't seem to be going great. But hey, it got pushed back, which means good news. You now have more time to work on the Bleach game. What? There wasn't a Bleach game announced? What do you mean? A Bleach game would be popular with or without anime. Having the anime come back is the best possible case scenario for Bleach. It's such a good chance to capitalize with a video game that it just seems dumb to waste it. And yet, not even a hint, not even a rumor of a Bleach game in development. I feel like I'm living in a parallel universe where companies suddenly don't like making money. Before My Hero 1's Justice, there were no My Hero Academia games, and that's because My Hero was the show that took the world by storm. New popular anime breathed new popular anime games, and 1's Justice was reasonably popular, at least popular enough to make a sequel. Since then, we've had some very popular shows pop up. Demon Slayer, probably the most popular of all, understandably it's getting its own game. Again, it's the only thing on the horizon for anime game fans. But what about, I don't know, Dr. Stone, Vinland Saga, Promised Neverland? I'd say any of those would probably deserve a game. But perhaps even more than those. Jujutsu Kaisen. I swear, if there isn't a studio out there already working on a JJK game, I'm losing all faith in this industry. Now, Jujutsu Kaisen is recent enough and its success wasn't proven until the anime was out, so it is a bit soon to announce a game if a game started development back then. Maybe when the second season of the anime comes out, we'll have a game announcement. Who knows? It's weird that we have all these popular shows and none of them are getting anything on console. If you're gonna make an anime game, make it good. Because in the past 3 years, we've had some burned bridges, and I don't know if they can be rebuilt again. 7 Deadly Sins, One Punch Man, Tokyo Ghoul, Kill la Kill, Black Clover. They have tried making those games, but they all failed. Mostly because they were terrible. The exception being Kill la Kill. I still don't understand how that game flopped so hard given how good it was. Regardless, those game sales have now stained those anime IP. Because now it is ultra hard to convince a publisher to invest in a studio to make a video game using those licenses. They've already flopped in the past. They have a bad track record. It really takes a lot of faith and a lot of insight from a publisher to invest in something like that. And this is the absolute worst position to be in as an anime fan, like you, like me. Let's say you're a One Punch Man fan, the game comes out, it's trash. So, like a responsible adult, you're not gonna buy it because you're gonna save your money. It sucks, but maybe we'll send the message that even if you use one of our favorite shows, you gotta make something worth our money. Unfortunately, the message that is delivered is also One Punch Man doesn't sell. On the other hand, if you buy the game, even knowing that it's trash, the message you're sending is, make whatever trash you want, we'll buy it anyway. It's a lose-lose situation for us fans. One Punch Man in particular stung a bit, because I really like the show. I think Black Clover honestly deserves a second chance. Probably in a different genre, abandon the Quartet Knights concept. And maybe it will come. It's a long-running show. Maybe it's in the works already. Who knows? But One Punch Man, 7 Deadly Sins, Kill la Kill, Tokyo Ghoul, I think their time has passed. Their popularity has already peaked. It's already on a downward slope. It will be really really hard to bring it back. And you either capitalized on it at peak popularity with a good product, with a good anime game that people could come back to and would be hungry for more in the future, or you've essentially burned that anime license on console. And that's exactly what happened. Look guys, my life is at stake here. If I don't have anime games to cover, I'm gonna have to change careers. And don't make me do that, please. I don't know how to do anything else. Nowadays, I think we're getting a lot of DLC, so games are living longer, which means less games get announced. And I think that's only natural. But even taking that into consideration along with the pandemic, I think we would have something at this point, right? I don't remember such a big void in anime games ever since I started covering them. Like, how many possible future games did we talk about today? How many slam dunks easy money games did we talk about today, and none of them are getting made? Why is Demon Slayer the only light at the end of the tunnel? It's a weird time, and I guess I just wanted to take that off my chest. It feels like something has changed in this industry, and I can't quite put my finger on it. Maybe it's just the pandemic and I'm just paranoid. Again! Anyway, out of everything we talked about today, which game would you like to see announced? It can be something like a Xenoverse 3, something predictable that you know is coming out, or something brand new using Bleach or JJK. What is your most expected game that hasn't been announced yet? Let me know in the comments. And as always, thank you very much for watching. My name is Globku and I'll see you next time. Bye!